The level of dangerous individuals coming over our borders and potentially now from Haiti is a risk to many of our communities in Canada. We have to not let this happen. The CBC is reporting that Canada is being urged to take in some or many of the 350,000 Haitians that are being deported from the US. Is Canada now potentially facing an invasion of foreign illegal immigrants?
This is Port-au-Prince, Haiti, where a brutal gang war is raging. More than 20,000 have been killed, and tens of thousands of people have fled their homes. Fueled by years of political instability, corruption, and poverty, the violence is getting worse, and the armed groups are running riot. Police and politicians have lost control of almost all of the city.
The history of Haiti is heartbreaking and violent. The people of Haiti for decades have put up with the highest levels of corruption, drug infestation, gang leadership, voodoo leaders that have huge sway over the people, sex tourism involving young boys and young girls. It goes on, and it's steeped in this type of history. We cannot allow undocumented people swarming over our borders from Haiti.
Living in fear of gang violence. In Haiti's capital, thousands of people sleep in makeshift camps. Gangs control an estimated 90% of Port-au-Prince, leaving many in the city vulnerable. This 29-year-old mother was attacked as she went to shop for groceries.
On my walk, I met 3 men. They stopped me and took me back to the market with them. They started to rape me without using a condom. One of them put his hand on my mouth. The others took turns.
She's one of thousands of victims of sexual assault in Haiti. NGO Doctors Without Borders says the number of cases at their clinic in Port-au-Prince have tripled in the past 4 years.
Nobody's saying all Haitians are dangerous, but Haiti, according even to the United Nations, is one of the most violent nations on the planet. And we're talking about potentially letting thousands of undocumented Haitians come across our borders, bringing more problems into some communities that are already stressed with this type of problem in Canada. We need to think about this. As Canada's former Minister of Public Safety, I've been to Haiti. I've seen where our own police forces have tried to train theirs. When the thugs and when the criminals hit the streets, the police officers flee for their own lives. After being in politics, I've met with former administration officials in Haiti, including with one of their presidents. Their problems are huge, but we are not helping their problems by allowing undocumented Haitians into Canada. There are other ways we can help, but not this way.
Tonight, a dire warning from the United Nations, an alarming surge of women and girls being raped in Haiti. According to numbers reported by the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, there were more than 3,000 violent incidents on women and girls between April and June this year.
Canada is already dealing with significant problems in many of our communities with crime, with violence, with the effects on our housing situations, on our healthcare situations. In many areas, we're already being overwhelmed. We don't need to continue the problem of illegal, undocumented immigration. Prime Minister Carney has already acknowledged that Canada has a serious immigration problem, and now we have the situation where Haiti, which is the worst of the 13 Caribbean countries in terms of drug abuse, corruption, sexual tourism, and trafficking relative to young boys and young girls. And now we're talking about allowing people that are not documented coming from Haiti into Canada.
Rival gangs, which had been fighting each other for years, came together and formed a coalition led by Jimmy Cheriget, also known as Barbecue. Demanding the resignation of the then Prime Minister, the coalition launched large-scale attacks on key state infrastructure, including 2 prisons. Thousands of inmates escaped.
In the last 5 years, Canadians have already donated well over $500 million to Haiti. It's our 3rd largest country of giving foreign aid. and the country is overwhelmed, sadly and unfortunately, with corruption of all kinds. We don't know who the criminals are. We have to make sure our borders are secure and that we won't see thousands of Haitians flooding over our borders and really bringing what would amount to an invasion of illegals into Canada. There are proven and time-tested ways in which these problems can be dealt with. But when we have governments that refuse to put those practices in place, when we have judges who refuse to deport violent foreign criminals, folks, we need to wake up. We need to realize this can't continue this way.